Get excited, baby. Got an intro to do. Welcome to Bomo Bites. Today we are conquering the FLUFFERNUTTER gauntlet and figuring out which one tastes best, which one has the least amount of carbs, and is it worth it? Alright, so at this point you're probably wondering, what the hell is a FLUFFERNUTTER if you haven't heard of it before. Typically, you take your bread, put some peanut butter on it, then you put some marshmallow cream on it, and that's your FLUFFERNUTTER. But since we specialize in keto recipes, we're making keto FLUFFERNUTTERs today and deciding which one tastes the best out of Jif Crunchy, Peter Pan Creamy, Barney Butter Smooth Almond Butter, and last but definitely not least, Sun Butter Sunflower. Jesus Christ. Sun Butter Natural Sunflower Butter. It's really good. Tastes exactly like sunflower seeds. So if you like that sort of stuff, might want to consider it. First thing we're going to do is take our 0-carb bread made by Love and Fresh. We like to cut the bread in half. It doesn't take away any carbs, but you get a little bit more nut butter and whipped cream per bread. I came up with a joke earlier and I forgot what it was. More bang for your buck, butter for your bread, butter for your nutter. Get more goo for your grain. Right? Didn't think that one was funny. Because it's goo and grain. More goo for your grain. Let that tickle your brain. So yeah, you take your bread, put on your nut butter of choice. Then instead of marshmallow cream, I hate marshmallow cream anyways, but since this is keto, we're doing some low carb whipped topping from Publix. It's 2 grams of carbs per 2 tablespoons. Take some of that, put it on your peanut butter, and then what we like to do, top it off with some cinnamon. Just dust it on top. It makes a world of difference. Don't want to forget this step. So let's get started. We're just going to rank every single one and decide if it's worth it per carbs of the different butters. You know I'm allergic to peanuts, right? So this is good. We usually use Jif Crunchy because it's the only natural crunchy that we can find in the grocery store. I typically prefer creamy on anything else and definitely prefer Peter Pan. But they don't seem to make it crunchy, and if they do, I don't know where to find it. 9 out of 10. Next up, Peter Pan Natural Smooth, Creamy. I feel like I should look directly into the camera every time I take a bite. It's good. 8 out of 10. Next up, we got Barney Butter Smooth Almond Butter. No added sugar or salt. That might come back to haunt me, but it's the only one I could find of almond butter that was pretty low in carbs, and it's 3 grams. This one's not good. It tastes like cardboard. I think that's because of the fact that it has no sugar or salt. I like almonds, but again, typically I like flavored almonds. Plain almonds aren't really my thing. So, yeah, that gets a big old 3 out of 10. And lastly, we're at the end of the FLUFFERNUTTER gauntlet. We have Sun Butter Natural Sunflower Butter. That's a mouthful. Real nutty. This is good. I give it a 7 out of 10. It tastes exactly like sunflower seeds. It tastes really good. But in this case, for this specific dish, gotta go with either the Peter Pan or the Jif. I'd give the upper hand to the Crunchy just because it does give that extra crunch for this treat. It's worth it. How would I rank them? Jif number 1, Peter Pan number 2, sunflower seeds somewhere up there at number 3. This one, don't bother. Don't even bother unless you're really watching your carbs and if you really just happen to love this almond butter. Tastes like cardboard to me, so I'm never gonna do that again. It's one of those things, like if it isn't broke, don't fix it. It's easy and it gets rid of your cravings quickly, and that's what this dish is all about. You don't need to go out and buy some fancy low-carb ice cream like Rebel, Enlighten, or any Atkins treats. I do that myself. Every time I buy some Atkins treats, I just end up inhaling them within 2 days. Do anything but that. Just go to your pantry, whip up some of this, gets rid of the cravings quickly, and tastes really good. Just count your carbs, make sure you're not going over. And that's it. Go for the peanut butter though. The rest aren't worth it. Stop stealing. Thanks for watching Bomo Bites.